Hello and welcome to the United Stand. Who is André Gomes? Well, he plays for Valencia. His agent is Jorge Mendes, the same agent that our manager Jose Mourinho has, and we are linked quite heavily to him at the moment. Apparently Juventus were looking at him, are looking at him, but they're not willing to go over the £30 million it will cost for Valencia to sell him. Manchester United are, and Manchester United are now in the driving seat, according to the sports journalist from Italy, Di Marzio, who called Mourinho to United about 2 months ago. So there is something in this. He is a player that we touched on last week when we did the Mendes-Mourinho Dream Team video, and we mentioned clients of Jorge Mendes, of which André Gomes is one. Well, the most important thing to people like you is who is he and what sort of player is he? He's a midfielder. He's 22, he's coming up for 23 in July. He is Portuguese, he'll probably play in the Euros, so another player we can keep our eye on. Had a bit of a mixed season at Valencia. 40 odd games, I think he's got 4 goals, 7 assists. He's 6'2". I would say he is made for the Premier League in many ways. He's 6'2", he's physical, he picks up a lot of yellow cards, but he's not a defensive midfielder. For his size and, for his size mainly, you would expect that he is more of a defensive midfielder, but he's actually comfortable, right-footed, very comfortable on his left. Skillful player, very skillful player, good at running with the ball, good at creating things, and that is probably where his strengths lie. As I said, 6'2", so that also helps him when it comes to being a bit of a box-to-box midfielder if he wants to. He can play in a 4-4-2 in a two-man midfield, or he prefers to play slightly to the right in a midfield three. Creativity is the key for Gomes, but a lot of people feel that in the Premier League he would be used to it, would adapt to it, should I say, because of his physical strength. Negatives, well, I've done a little bit of research on him. I've seen him a few times, but I think when it comes to these sort of times of the year, you get people talking like they've been watching them all season, and I never profess to do that, but I do. I have seen him about 4 or 5 times this year. Obviously, Gary Neville managed him. They didn't have a great season, but look, reading a bit about him, the sports Spanish journalist. Against the Barcelonas and the Real Madrids, he really thrives. He's up for it. But it's the Getafes and the lesser teams within La Liga where he tends to go to sleep. And in fact, one Spanish journalist said he'll be fantastic in the Manchester derby, but away to West Brom, he could go missing. Having said that, he is only 22. He's still got a lot to learn, and he has the capabilities in 2 or 3 years to be a really top centre midfielder. And unlike many Spanish midfielders like Xavi, Iniesta, Saul Niguez at Atletico Madrid, he is 6'2", so physically he'd fit right in the Premier League. The only thing he lacks sometimes, well, he lacks pace, and that is does that matter in the midfield? I mean, Carrick never had blistering pace, neither did Scholes or Keane, so it's not massive when you're a centre midfielder. Personal thoughts on it now. Give us your thoughts on André Gomes and what you think. I think he's more likely to happen out of all the midfield targets we've got. There's a lot of talk around Schweinsteiger, Carrick, Herrera, Schneidlin, Mata's future. And this lad, being a client of Jorge Mendes and somebody that we're clearly interested in, and Portuguese, Jose Mourinho will know a lot about him. If I had the choice, I think he's very... The funny thing is, if you whack his name into one of these stats searchers and they give you similar like players, Saul Niguez, Atletico Madrid comes up. I did the video on Saul Niguez. I've got the link in the top left-hand corner for you. I personally would prefer Saul Niguez. He's going to cost about £55 million. There's no guarantee we'd get him. His agent's Jorge Mendes, but he's just quicker. He's quicker and more energetic, and he's a better box-to-box midfielder from what I've seen. Not to say that Gomes wouldn't work out well, but at Manchester United you want the best, and if I was going between the two, I'd go Saul Niguez. However, I wouldn't be disappointed with this André Gomes, and I think it's a step in the right direction for what we want at Manchester United, especially in our midfield. A bit of youth and a bit of drive and tenacity. So yeah, I'd take him, because whilst we have got a young side, Schweinsteiger, Carrick over 30, Schneidlin mid-20s, as is Herrera, Matters towards the end of that. So a younger midfielder coming in, he would, I think, do quite well. But if I had my choice, it would be Saul Niguez. Give us your comments below. Do drop us a like, and the transfers are coming thick and fast. That's going to happen, I'm afraid. Well, I'm not afraid. I don't apologise. I think it's fantastic. And another player that we can keep an eye on the Euros. Is it going to happen quick? I don't think many deals will happen before the Euros, but you just don't know. Mourinho at Chelsea always like to get deals done soon, quick. I remember Costa getting done around this time. So, yeah, definitely interested. Definitely would like him at United. But if I had the choice, I'd go Saul Niguez. Give us your thoughts below.